Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Islam bin Abbas, and I want to present my thesis or my project with the title Design and Fabrication of a Prototype of Mini Tempeh Packaging Machine for iCase Industry, Paper and Soybean Feeder Part System. Welcome to my all panel and my supervisor, which is Puan Dalila binti Harun, for running this project. Okay, firstly is abstract. This research objective is to determine the concept for paper feeder and soybean feeder mechanism system, to design and fabricate the prototype of wrapper feeder and soybean feeder. This study is to produce automated packaging machine Tempeh for Tempeh industry as a traditional food product, and focusing on small scale industry so that they can apply this project for their production. The design of the prototype is made by using SolidWorks software. From static test done on the design, the total mass of the wrapper feeder is 1.2614 kg, and total mass of soybean feeder is 0.5116 kg. Based on this result, the design is suitable to be fabricated because of its lightweight. Prototype is fabricated based on the design and operate by using Arduino and electric motor. As a result of this, the design is ideal for fabrication due to its minimal weight. The prototype is made based on the concept and is controlled by an Arduino and an electric motor. For introduction, the main ingredient making this tempeh is soybean that will go through a fermentation process and will form a tempeh in the form of a cake. This project will focus on the design and fabricate the prototype of paper feeder and soybean feeder machine. Next is the main purpose in the fabricate of mini model tempeh packaging system is to further reduce labor cost and time. High demand forces suppliers to produce more tempeh, and this affects manpower and time cost of making tempeh itself. Next is worker position during the packing process, such as sitting for a long time periods of time shows poor ergonomic position. Okay, for the literature review, the arrangement of the diagram below is the flow chart of the process of producing tempeh. This is the flow chart of how to make tempeh manually. First process is we need to prepare wrapping paper. This is mandatory material. The second step is filling soybean on wrapping paper. The next step is the folding process. Soybean that have been boiled and mixed with this will be wrapped and folded with the wrapping paper. Lastly is compact the tempeh with rubber band or adhesive. Okay, next is methodology. This flowchart is process that applies to the prototype tempeh machine. The first process is the paper feeder part. This part is a storage place for wrapping paper, and there is a sensor attached to this part, which is in front of the paper feeder machine. This part attached to this part, and the sensor is to receive signal and send to the Arduino Uno. The sensor will detect the movement of the paper and send a signal to the Arduino. Next is conveyor. Conveyor is a mechanism used to move the paper from a paper feeder to soybean feeder. The last process is the soybean feeder. With the sensor, this soybean has automation, that is to open the tank automatically with the help of a servo motor. The first diagram below is a sketch of paper feeder design, and next to it is soybean feeder. Each process, which is paper feeder and soybean feeder, include two types of component such as software and hardware. So next is Arduino Uno. Servomotor ultrasonic sensor is a part of automation used in this prototype. Aluminum sheet, motor DC, conveyor is type of hardware that have been used in prototype. C++ software is used to program to make this prototype automated. Next is result and discussion. Two results has been obtained: the fabrication of Tempeh and static linear analysis using SolidWorks software. For the result, the first figure shows a final design of Tempeh machine using SolidWorks software. This is the assemblies of the paper feeder and the soybean feeder. Okay. The second figure is the prototype Tempeh machine that has been fabricated, and I will show you later how this prototype working. The next figure is the paper feeder static test, and lastly is the soybean feeder static test. Okay, lastly is conclusion and recommendation. The chosen design is subjected to linear static analysis. The purpose of this test is to determine the maximum stress and strain on the Tempeh prototype machine. This is because we need to know the performance of the thing that has to be built before we construct it. It is to avoid anything going wrong, such as producing a product without understanding its performance, which might result in a waste of energy or money if the object does not turn out as a plan. As a result, executing a simulation test on the design with SolidWorks software may help to prevent undesirable occurrence. Among the improvements that need to be done are improve paper feeder machine in terms of angle, find more sustainable material, and explore another software that can help in finding the performance of the design. That's all for me. Great, thank you. Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Islam. First of all, I would like to explain about the automation system or system electronic that I use on this prototype. As you can see, what I use is an Arduino Uno as a brand that receives input and gives output based on what has been programmed. This ultrasonic sensor is used to detect the movement of the paper and give the signal to the Arduino. Next, the Arduino will send signal to the servo to open the soybean tank door. Okay, next I will show you the movement of the process from paper feeder. This is paper feeder to the soybean feeder. Okay, the soybean feeder. Okay, this is wrapper feeder. This is paper feeder or wrapper feeder where a place for a paper or soybean wrapper is placed. Okay, since the motor cannot be used, I will manual the movement of the paper in this process. The roller will rotate and channel the paper to the next process, to the conveyor or the soybean feeder. Okay, when the sensor detect paper, automatic soybean feeder tank door will open. Okay. The next process is when the paper reach the mold. Okay, as you can see, when the paper arrive at the mold, the soybean feeder door will open, and the soybean will come to will come out according to the mold map. This is the mold. Okay, this process requires future improvement. This prototype need future improvement in terms of the angle on the paper feeder, so that the paper feeder is easy to move to the next process. Okay, thank you.